Okay, I'm trying to film on Google Map, and I'll explain what this is all about now to all my friends and family who will watch this video on YouTube. I'm on Google Map, and I'm in Amford, okay? And I'm trying to film it now using the mouse and holding my mobile same time. I'll see if I can do this now, because I often go on Google Map, not just in Ammerford, but Poniats, Porendry, Carway. I go on Google Map just about everywhere where I've been, but mostly Ammerford, because I spent a lot of time in Ammerford with Joseph. Now, the thing is, Joseph is coming up to 16 this year. This is January 2019, okay? And, well, it's February the 1st, this Friday. It's Wednesday today. I think it's the 29th of January today. And Joseph is 16 this July, this year. And when he got to the age of 14 or 15, he lost interest in coming for walks with me. And amazingly, it was around that time I had trouble with my heart. I wasn't able to walk that far with him anymore anyway. So I landed up still being able to take short walks, but not able to swim. He also lost interest in swimming because we used to spend a lot of time swimming together, and Joseph landed up swimming for the county. He was so good. And I loved swimming. I was swimming at one time 3 times a week, doing 50 lengths in a 25-meter pool. Well, of course, Joseph was able to do more than that, and we had a lot of fun together. Now, I spent 15 years with Joseph, and they were happy years. And now, not able to do all that now, not able to take walks and go swimming with him. And what I do then is go on Google Map, and if you can see, I don't know if I can pick up the date up the top there. I'm filming on my TV. See, there, I see the date there, April 2011. Now, it was around this time. Well, I think Joseph was about 8 or 9 this time. And this Google Map takes me back now to 2011, when I used to take Joseph down for his breakfast in Tesco. Now I'll go on here now a bit, and you'll see the new Tesco now being built over there. This, of course, is the old Tesco. And from the age of, say, 3 up until he was 14, I used to take him down to the old Tesco as well as the new Tesco. But it's this old Tesco that I'm mostly interested in, and I enjoy filming. And there's a river on the side there, and this platform we used to go on and look at the river. Well, you know, I just love going on Google Map and looking at places like this where I used to take Joseph for walks. I'm trying to see, you know, if you can see Tesco, and I often go then look at the Tesco here, where I used to take him in for breakfast. Of course, I got other grandchildren. In fact, I got 9 in all, and I got 4 children. But only my daughter, Tracy, who was Joseph's mother, who was very close to me, who I'm big friends with. The other 3 pouted many years ago, and I don't see their children. So it's only Joseph I see out of the 9. And amazingly, it was Joseph I got more attached to. Well, what it was, I used to spend more time with Joseph than any other my children, and he was so comical and so touched me. We built up a bond, you know. And I'm looking at the side here. This is a path we used to walk on, you see. even though Google Map filmed the road, but you can see the path there. And I think I went back and forth to Tesco here, taking him for breakfast about 1,000 times. You know, I got very happy memories of me and Joseph, because I spent a lot of time in Amford looking after him. And of course, I used to bring him back to Pontiats this day. Sometimes I go on the walks in Pontiats used to do. But I do other walks as well. I'm going up now towards Betws, where Tracy first lived. And of course, she lives there again. She's moved 3 times in all. But this is the walk I used to do with Joseph, like I said, over 1,000 times. So we're going up here now towards Betws. Well, I also film Carway and other walks that I used to do without Joseph, but it's the walks with Joseph that I love doing more than anything. And this is a river. We used to always stop here and look at the river. And in the summertime, we used to get kids swimming here. And then you've got the park here where I used to take Joseph. We used to buy, of course, he used to get his breakfast in Tesco and get him all the things he needed. I spoilt him over the years. I spent a lot of money on him. And sometimes he wanted a snack from here. I used to go in the park and sit there for him to have a drink or eat something. So I often go on Google Map and I do this. And now I'm filming it, showing everybody the walks I used to do with him. Now, of course, Tracy now lives in where the old Betws Colliery is for the Glower. And this is a walk I used to do with Joseph many times from the age of 5 on. But I'm going back to the first walks I used to do with him when he was as young as 3 and 4. The thing about Joseph, he was such a good walker and also a good swimmer, you know. We really enjoyed our walks and swim. Right, there's a little house here, look. I've passed it now. He loved looking at the fish. You can just see the orange fish in there, the large orange fish. They look like big goldfish, but I don't think they are goldfish. I think they're Japanese fish. This guy used to keep in there. Joseph I used to climb him up here when he was 3, 4 years of age and 5. And I remember he got to the age when he was 11 and I couldn't lift him up. He was too heavy. But many years we used to stop here and look at the fish. And also the shop here. I used to call the shop and get him a snack. I was always buying sweets and drinks for Joseph. I used to spend a lot of money on him. Right, we're going up this way now. This brings back memories now when Joseph was as young as 3 and 4, up until he was 5. Then Tracy moved from up top here. And if I can hold this mobile up long enough, I'll show you where Tracy used to live. Right, this is a walk I took of Joseph so many times. Of course, Google Map doesn't go this way, but the walks we did this way is a shortcut all the way to the other side of Betws. And that's another big walk I used to do with him. Right, we're going up this way now. And of course the park here, he loved this little park. It's a small little park, but up until the age of 5, I used to take him here. I've gone now, you know, since I've got this heart trouble. I look back a lot and I do it on Google. In the night or in the day or something, I love to go on Google Map and go where I used to walk with Joseph, mostly Joseph, because I spent a lot of time with him. And he was such a funny kid. To ask me amazing questions, always made me laugh with it. Yeah, sadly the other grandchildren missed out, you know, but Joseph gained a lot then because of that. Well, when I fell out, well, I didn't fall out to my kids. They fell out to me. They just pouted, that's all. They just pouted over money, you see, and they were also jealous of Tracy. I was always close to Tracy, you see. And my oldest daughter and my two boys were always jealous of Tracy. It was to walk up here, me and Joseph. He could walk miles, you know, and I'd never seen a kid so energetic as he was. I'll never forget, yeah, we were coming here one day and he was bursting for a pee. And I took him over here to pee. And there was a gate over here and there was a bucket there full of water for the horse. And he peed in the bucket. And I remember telling Tracy that, and she went off her head about it, you know. And another thing I remember here is we were walking here. He was about 4 years of age. We were walking here. And it was bucketing down the rain. I'll never forget it, you know. And we were walking all along here, right? And he never said nothing, never moaned. And I could see then that he liked the water. And I was right. It turned out he loved swimming, and he turned out to be such a good swimmer. He was beating boys in Tenby and Pembroke. But at the age of 14 then he gave it up. It's amazing that Joseph gave up his swimming. He lost interest in walking me at a time when I had trouble with my heart and I wasn't able to do it. I'm not able to go swimming now. Well, I could go swimming, but it'll make me too tired, you know. I could go down the pool now and do 10 lengths and no problem. But then I'll be too tired to drive home. And sometimes I can walk a mile sometimes. It all depends. Well, this morning now I walked half a mile. And this afternoon I walked quarter of a mile. Weekend and I'm up Ammerford again. I used to love this. There used to be ponies, yeah. I used to love watching. Yeah, we're coming up now to where Tracy first lived, you see, when Joseph was as young as 3 and 4. I think he moved when he was about 5. And yeah, there was a yellow tractor, yeah, it is, yeah. He loved, we used to go over and show him the yellow tractor. He loved that. And there was also horses in Beer as well. He loved to go and see. Right, my hand's getting tired now holding this mobile, but I'm going to try and finish this now. Coming up now to where Tracy lives, and I often like to go on Google Map now. And here it is. Look, can I go down a bit more? Let's go back this way. Yeah, zoom in here now because this is where Tracy first lived. It's a 2-bedroom house. And I used to often spend the day looking after Joseph when she was working. And I remember helping her do a line up in the back here when she first moved in. Well, this house was too small for her really, so she moved and bought a bigger house. And now she's in a bigger house again. Moved again. Yeah, my hand's getting really tired now. Right, we're going down here for another walk now. I used to take Joseph on. Because often when we used to go down for breakfast in Tesco, we used to often go this way. You know, I'm looking at the Google map here, and not at the mobile, and I'm filming it right. So the path, now this is the end of the other path I told you. Here it is, but yeah. We often used to walk, and there's an oak tree. Well, I've done a video of the oak tree as well. When I was able to walk, I walked here and done the video of the oak tree that he loved. Because he loved that oak tree when he was young. There was a film about it as well, see, that he had been watching. And we often used to come out here or go out to the end, and we used to do a lot of walking. And then when Tracy moved to the other house, we used to walk this way. There's so many walks I used to do with Joseph. I spent ages going on Google Map. And this is another walk we used to do. This is where Tracy lives now. Used to come down this way, sometimes go up this way. Back in the days when he loved walking with me, I loved having a chat with him, and it's, I've had so much happy memories with Joseph. And now he's coming up to 16, he hardly comes down now to stay here, and although I go up now, what I do now, I go up and spend the day in Amford. Well, Tracy's got a big house now, and I helped her buy it. And there's a bedroom there and a bathroom there for me, so I go there and stay there sometimes. That makes up then for Joseph not coming down, although he's not much with me now, and he's much with his mother. He spends most of his time now with his teenage friends on his iPhone or on the computer with them. He's grown up fast now. But the memories live on, you see. He was I got memories of taking him to this park a lot. Of course, Tracy lives up there now, by this park further up. And of course, I worked underground as a miner, and here's a part of a coal cutting machine here, the shearer I used to call it. I remember telling Joseph all that. And I used to bring him down to the park. He loved this this swing here, sliding across here. Right, my hand's getting so tired now. I'll put this on YouTube now, and hopefully all my friends and family, for them to understand, you see, because this is what I do now, and it makes up for not being able to walk now with Joseph and go swimming with him. Sitting back here on my settee and this is on my 49-inch 4K TV, by the way, and it's on my computer's on this, and it makes up for not being able to walk with him and all that. I just sit back and enjoy the walks I used to do with him, and not just with Joseph. Sometimes I go back and do the walks I used to look at the walks I used to do, and sometimes I remember I was living in Carway when Tracy was 6 years of age, and my two eldest then was coming down as well, and I used to take walks with them. I often go on that as well, looking at the walks I used to do with them. And of course, when I moved to Pontiacs, they used to come and stay with me there. But it's mostly Joseph, he was my main enjoyment for 15 years. I got such happy memories of it. Okay.